everyone, it's Tawnie Marcus here with the Kevin Shoemaker team at eXp Realty with your March monthly market trend report. So spring is in the air, you can hear the birds chirping in the background, but what does that mean for the housing market? Well, if you're a seller, now's the time to get your house on the market because the inventory is still really low. But there are a lot of builder permits being approved, so there'll be more new homes going on the market. You're also looking at a time of year where more people list, and the COVID vaccine is now out and available, so more people are getting more comfortable with showing their houses and putting it on the market. So get your house out there now while others aren't there for competition. If you're a buyer, interest rates are still really low. So it gives you a lot of buying power, but it also gives you equity the minute you close on the house because the values are still increasing. So gaining equity day one is an absolute positive for a buyer. Now I'm going to turn you over to Kevin, my partner, with the national and regional market reports.
Welcome to this month's Market Trends Report, where we share with you the most recent trends and market statistics here in our local real estate market here in the Colorado Front Range. One of the key drivers to our robust market has really been the record low interest rates, which currently are hovering around that 3% mark, give or take. And many of the professionals out there are predicting that we probably have hit our low point, and we're now going to start to see rates start to creep up slowly over the next months to come and through the summer. Not as much here locally, but more on a national level. You hear a lot about loan forbearance, and will we actually see foreclosures start to increase or even come onto the market? A report was just released which actually shows over 50% of those that filed for forbearance didn't actually need it. 33% worked out a repayment plan, leaving about 15% of homeowners still trying to work out some of the options that are available. Most homeowners here in the Front Range experience substantial appreciation over the last several years, and that they've actually, if they were in trouble, they were actually able to sell and use that equity to get back on their feet and help themselves out financially. The lack of inventory remains our biggest obstacle, as there's a fear of a lot of people, if they sell their home now, where will they go? Is there a place for us to go? This graph shows a year-over-year change showing basically around 20 to 30% drop in listing inventory. We have a lot of clients that are always asking us, when's the sweet spot to sell, which is typically in January. And we thought actually January of last year, which was going to be the sweet spot of 3 months inventory, but actually January of 2021, we had less than 30 days, which created even a bigger opportunity. The national home price forecast shows home appreciation averaging around 4 to 10% for 2021. And the biggest question is where's all the inventory coming from? A lot are asking, will we be approaching a real estate bubble like we did in 2008? This graph shows the previous 4 years of inventory leading up to 2008, we were averaging about 10% appreciation versus the last 4 years, we're about 6% appreciation. Now this map breaks down the areas year over year as far as appreciation in 2005, showing the Midwest and West Coast as well as that Southern Atlantic area having as much as 18% appreciation versus now you're seeing more of a consistent growth of 10% coast to coast, give or take about 2%. When you look at 2005, 2008, it was much easier to get a loan than not get a loan. A lot of people were treating the equity lines like ATM cards, which really put us in that financial bust. Now looking forward and where we are today, let's break down the actual numbers where we sit today here in the Colorado Front Range, looking at the 4 major counties. So when we break down Larimer County, currently 303 homes actively here on the market with 322 homes that actually sold last month. That number is up by 22% with an average days on the market of 71. Looking at 528,000 was the average sales price for all of the homes that sold last month, putting inventory at about 3 weeks, which is actually fairly consistent with the previous month. When we look at Weld County, 412 homes currently on the market with 351 homes that actually sold and closed last month. That number is actually up 8%. Average days on the market sitting around 55, and average sales price bundled in all the homes that sold last month, 441,000, sitting about 30 days inventory, which is actually up about 12% compared to the previous month. When we look at Boulder County, 152 homes actually sold last month. 152 homes actually on the market currently. 174 homes sold last month. That number is up 31%. Again, average days on the market, 55 days. $895 is the average sales price, and we're looking at about 3 weeks inventory. That number is down by 17%. Now look at Denver Metro, 562 homes currently on the market today, 1,802 homes actually sold. That number is up by 30%. Some may ask, well, how can 1,800 homes sell when there's only 500 on the market? There's a lot of new construction, a lot of homes that are posting already under contract, and the build times are anywhere from 5, 6, and 12 months. So they're just sort of working through the cycle. But that small pool of existing inventory, we're going to really start to see lagging numbers in the months ahead. So really hoping that we're going to start to see some shifts in the inventory. So looking at average days on market, 17 days. 601,000 is the average sales price. If you were to take out condos and attached dwellings, that number would probably go up to be more in that 850 range. We're looking at inventory, 1 week inventory. That number is down by 50%. So again, common theme is very low inventory on the market. Again, we've talked about where's the inventory going to come from. We are continuing to see an increase and an uptick with new construction and some of the new construction inventory. Also, another common theme we're seeing is there's a lot of local and even out-of-state investors that have bought and owned real estate here locally and in the Front Range. And we're starting to see a lot of those investors wondering at what point are we in at the tipping point of hitting the top of the market. So we are seeing some investors that are selling the home. They are going through and making the necessary improvements to maximize their equity position, but they're actually selling and then reinvesting into other things. Another common theme for some of our investors is they're actually selling some of their older rentals and they're actually upgrading and buying newer rentals. So things that have less maintenance. Maybe they're approaching more of their retirement age and they want to have something that's not only newer and less maintenance, but also maybe a little less maintenance of a tenant as well. So a lot of different options out there. There's still great opportunities. Always the threat is what's interest rates going to do. So still great opportunities for those that are renting, that they can get into a new home and pay very similar dollars of owning a home versus renting a place as well. So as always, if you're curious of how the market has affected your home value and how we can maximize your equity position, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or one of my team members. We'd be happy to help you out and give you a little bit more clarity on where you sit in the market and also where the market's going to go. As always, you can reach us at 720-230-3030, kevinsellsco.com, and we'll look forward to talking to you next month.